morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today will be Gods Woodsman's workshop, and I'm going to show you how to make a survival bracelet. Survival bracelets, you see almost everybody that spends any time in the outdoors, they've got one. Well, I didn't really feel like spending the money to buy one, so I figured I'd make one. I think they're kind of cool. I think they're slightly overrated, but I think they're pretty cool. I think I'm going to do a little bit of research and kind of come up with my own that has a few more survival qualities than what the typical one does. But I can show you how to make one. This is just a standard one. It's got 3 different colors of cord, and it just has a knot and a loop on the end to attach it. And I wear this one every day, so it's getting kind of worn out. And then this is a double, so it's actually the same pattern that's done on this one is done twice on this one. But I think it's a pretty cool thing. I really do. I think it's pretty cool. I kind of like wearing it. It's comfortable. And I've heard a lot of people complain about the fact that it's a knot instead of the snap or the little buckle. I've never had mine come off. And I use my hands all day long, every day. So, but what you're going to need for this project is a knife, a lighter, a short piece of paracord, maybe about 2 feet long. I just folded that in half. It's about 2 feet long. Another piece of parachute cord about the length of your body, so about how tall you are, maybe plus about a foot. And a good way to judge about how tall you are is spread your arms as far apart as you can and hold a piece of rope in either hand, and whatever that length is, just add about a foot to it, and that's probably long enough for your size wrists. What we're going to do first is we're just going to make a loop, fold it in half perfectly, line up the ends, and fold it in half. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to do the same thing with this, fold it in half so it's right down the middle, line up your ends, just like that. And we're going to come to the other end, place that over this, just like that. Just like that. And it's a little tricky when you get started, but we'll get this. So what you're going to do first is you're going to keep a little bit of a loop on this side, bring this side over, go under this piece, So the top piece that comes under, then goes through this piece. Pull this loop through. And then just tighten that down. And this is the first little tricky part, because you want to leave a big enough loop right here, and you can kind of adjust it still because we haven't really tightened it down too much. So what you're going to do now is you're going to do the same process again, but in reverse. So we're going to go with this piece, we're going to go back on top, this piece goes under and pops out over here. So it looks, I'll show it to you again before I tighten it down. So it looks something like this. And then we're going to tighten it down. So you can just grab both sides and pull hard. And then you're going to go under, this piece is going to come around and through, and the more you do it, the faster it gets. And each time you do it, really tighten it down. It'll be a lot nicer bracelet the more you tighten it down. And you just keep going back and forth each time And just keep tightening it down. And I think that the red and the black look kind of cool together, personally. So, let me show you what we got so far. You just tighten this last one down. See here's the loop. Oops, sorry, there you go. And then you just pull right here, and as you see, it tightens down and it's starting to look like a bracelet now. And this is the part where you want to make sure your loop's big enough, because when you tie a knot in this end, you want to make sure that knot can get through here fairly easily. I'm going to make mine just a tiny bit bigger. You just kind of pull on it, and it'll loosen up. There you go, just a little bigger. I thought I'd zoom in as I'm finishing up and just show you again, just to make sure that everybody can see what I'm doing here. This loop comes back over here. This one goes over this piece, around, and up through. So it kind of looks like this. And then you just tighten that down. Okay, at this point we've reached the end. Or maybe one more link. And the way you're going to tell whether or not you're at the end or not is you're just going to take the bracelet, lay it down, put your whichever wrist you're going to use. I usually wear mine on my right wrist. And then just check. You know, how tight do you want it? How loose do you want it? I'm going to say right around in that area. So now I'm going to make my knot. Once you get your knot through, all nice and tightened down, just double check it, make sure it fits on your wrist. And we're going to trim these ends in just a second, but that's going to feel just about right. It's going to make a good looking bracelet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to tighten this down good, and then we're going to take our knife and just trim these ends. Then we're going to take the lighter, just trim these ends, take the lighter, and I'm just going to use kind of the side of the lighter here and just kind of carefully, I don't want to get the rest of the paracord too hot and melt it around the area, so just this one spot. There we go. Now we're going to take our knife and cut this little ear right here. Cut it back a little ways because you want to have a little bit to melt. Cut it. Just use the side of the lighter and kind of just carefully press it in there. You can use just a little bit of water on your finger. Kind of mold it in shape. And then the same thing on the other side. Same thing again. Just light. That's pretty much it. You can pat yourself on the back. You just finished a survival bracelet. And you didn't have to spend $5. That's pretty much it. It stays together real easily. And I will, for those of you that are wondering, because I've seen all kinds of these, that some of them have a little knife that's stuck down in here, and they have a little magnesium striker, and they have fish hooks inside of them. I'm in the process of developing one of those that you guys can make at home. And as soon as I finish that, I will post that video. As soon as I figuring out how exactly I want to do it, because I'm going to add a few things that are a little bit specific to what I would want to carry myself. So, and then just when you're ready, and there you go. Survival bracelet, Gods Woodsman. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Check me out on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more videos, visit my website at godswoodsman.com, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.